Hey everybody, this is Spencer with Guardian Game Studio, and I'm excited to announce Soren Rising for the Game Boy and Game Boy Color. Now this is a prequel to my novel, the first novel in my series, Bloodshed. So if you loved that book, if you liked that game that we produced this last year for the NES, I think you'll really enjoy Soren Rising. Now this is a different gameplay style. Bloodshed wasn't a top-down NES game, kind of in the vein of Zelda, where you could play as all the different clan members. This is completely different. This is a side-scroller. You're going to start in a top-down overworld, and I will show you some gameplay footage. But imagine like the 6 golden coins, and then you're going into a side-scroller. You're following Soren as he becomes the warrior that you've begun to know if you've read the book Bloodshed. And I think it's really a great side-scroller. Probably the best game we've put out from Guardian Game Studio, with the exception of Winsley's Guardian, which has a special place in my heart. But this is definitely top 1-2 of all the games we've ever produced. If you're interested in a full review of the game, you can check out Nico Plays on YouTube. Does a great overview of the game. But without any further ado, I want to show you a little bit of the unboxing, what it looks like. And so this is in Guardian Game Studio fashion. We've got some really high quality printed, high gloss box. This isn't like the cheap, garbage stuff that you get. This is something that's going to look really nice on your shelf. Inside of that, you're going to get a game manual. It's going to have some information about Guardian Game Studio, and then of course the gameplay. Footage there, we did some screenshots there to kind of give you, and I've got this upside down. There you go. So you're going to get an insert. It's going to have the game in there too as well. So the insert, the game. If you get a cartridge only, you'll get a protected game shell for the cartridge. And if you're interested in knowing about the backstory, because part of the fun of playing a game like this is there's a ton of lore. So this is based on my novel, Soren Rising. You can get this on Amazon. There you go. And you can also buy a copy through the Kickstarter too as well. This is a wonderful novel. Gotten some great reviews. We've been working on creating a animated movie for a while on that, so it's hopefully something that will come out in the future. But as you know, animation takes quite a long time. So I'm going to give you some gameplay footage here. It's going to show you a little bit about the game and give you an idea of what it is that you're backing if you choose to back this game. Now, as far as the folks that helped make this game, you've got Elvies, of course, the wonderful Game Boy programmer. He is fantastic. He's done a bunch of games through Guardian Game Studio. You've got Matt Amirati, so you know the game is going to be relatively bug-free. There might be a couple here and there, but he does a great job of finding all the different bugs that might come up. So this gives that kind of Star Wars scroll overview of the backstory of the game. And before I forget, if you're into chiptunes, Jordan Walters did all of the tunes in this game. Now, if you like any of the tunes from previous Guardian Game Studio games, then you'll love the tunes here. They very much kind of follow the tenor of the story, so I think there's just a ton there if you're into chip tunes, because we've got some really great tunes in here. They are definitely a couple of our best. Some of them are bangers. All right, so you're going to jump into the game here, starting off as just more or less a conversation between you and one of the warriors of the Nova clan. I'm going to skip through some of this just so I don't have any spoilers here in this video, but I do want to give you an overview. So I'm going to kind of chop this up a little bit with some gameplay footage, wrap it up at the end, tell you a little bit about how you can back the game, and a little bit more about Guardian Game Studio. Alright, so jumping into some of the overworld, you can see this kind of operates as that 6 golden coins. I've already completed the first 2 stages. I left those out, but now I'm going to go get my weapon from the Nova Master Warrior here. And there are many different weapons you're going to play with, so whether or not you're using the axe from the Han clan, or the sling from the Tan clan, or maybe the staff from the Nodnarbs, you're going to have a ton of different gameplay abilities, and you're going to find that you're going to learn new abilities. So there's some NES Batman type, wall jumping you're going to learn a little bit later. But now I've been equipped with my spear. I can go through and kind of go a little bit deeper into the adventure. Now, I'm terrible at talking while playing games, so I'm probably not going to be the best here. But as you can see, you've got these spears from the Nova clan. You're going to be able to throw a couple of them and then jab. And there's a slide mechanism you're going to learn in the beginning. And again, this is a more difficult game. This is not something that you're going to find to be exceptionally easy. You can see I'm going to try to hit that lever there. There we go. Knock that over. There's a lot of puzzle mechanics here too as well. And again, we had Matt Amirati doing all the game testing here, so I think you'll find the quality of the game is just superb. There's going to be a couple of bugs, I'm sure, just like with any indie dev game, but relatively bug-free. and you've got, you know, LV's doing all the programming here. So I'm not going to try to get all of these rigoles. I just want to show you guys a little bit of the gameplay footage so you kind of knew what was going on here. Talk to some of the people there, and it'll tell you some information along the way. There's a ton of hidden Easter eggs in this game as well that I think you'll find to be kind of fun to go back and replay. As the levels progress, it gets a lot harder. You can see I'm kind of skipping over some of it, not getting all these guys because I really don't have the need to collect a bunch of coins right now. Now, you will need them for the game, of course, because you're going to need them to buy health and weapons and things along the way. And as you complete each one of the stages, you're going to have, you know, different bosses from each one of the lands. So I'm going to get to one of the bosses, show you a little bit of that, and then some more gameplay footage from one of the different areas. All right, so I'm going to enter one of our boss battles, and I got to tell you, I'm pretty good at the game, but Matt Amorati definitely puts me to shame as far as the ability to beat all these different... So I only had one heart on that one, but one of the bosses you're going to fight in the game here does have some difficulty. Although there are some unique patterns, you're going to be able to learn those patterns here pretty quickly and then be able to beat these bosses. So I'm going to try to see if I can knock this guy out without getting my butt kicked, which is a high probability that I will still get my butt kicked, as again I will. So you can see that there's some difficulty here. Certainly this isn't NES hard. You're going to be able to beat each one of the bosses. So that's the first one in the Nova area, and you're going to be able to go over to the Han, and then the Tan and Nodnarb and the Bauman, and then you're going to enter the Demotac lands, and it does progressively get quite a bit harder. So I kind of want to wrap this up just by letting you guys know that this is a high quality game. It's already in production. We are done with it. It's ready to ship. So if you do choose to back this game, what you're going to get is that complete in-box game, if that's how you back it, or the cart only, or the digital copy, as soon as we've collected the funds when this Kickstarter closes. So I like to do these a little bit differently than most people. They want to raise money for the Kickstarter. I'd rather have something that is kind of the first peek of it, show the game, show the gameplay footage, so you're not having to wait for what you back. I like to put that product in your hands as soon as possible, and what you're doing through this Kickstarter is raising money for us to be able to pay for what we've already output, which is the cost of production. So thank you from Guardian Game Studio. Hopefully the gameplay footage here was, although brief, should give you some idea of what type of game that you'll be backing. And again, if you want a longer review, check out Nico Plays on YouTube, and I think you'll have a much broader overview of the game. So thanks again. This is Spencer from Guardian Game Studio.